Hello, friends, and welcome to my most vulnerable video yet. I've been struggling with how to make this video for several months now. I really want to be able to explain myself without being divisive or people taking it the wrong way. Is there any real way to do that? It seems kind of like this pipe dream that I've been holding on to. So I decided I might as well just bite the bullet and come out with it. Our society has embraced this tell it like it is rhetoric, which has essentially just been an excuse for abusive, selfish, otherwise bad behavior. It seems like we've all been losing our humanity. For the past 12 years, I have experienced everything there is to experience within the airsoft industry. I've played airsoft in every capacity available, in all its forms, and all over the world. I've been featured on Vice TV and in ESPN the magazine. I've had monetary sponsorships, I've had product sponsorships, I've had travel sponsorships. I have been so incredibly fortunate to be able to experience all of these things within the industry. Airsoft has been a place where I've been able to have a lot of success, but it has also been a place that has caused a lot of trauma. As it's grown in popularity, this hobby has embraced toxicity as being peak gamesmanship. Bullies have been praised and promoted, and people who are trying to make a positive difference have been belittled and denigrated. Within Airsoft, there is imagination and there is wonder, but there is also anger and aggression. Instead of going to therapy, people are turning to the airsoft field to express their angst. Instead of wielding airsoft as a toy meant to have innocent fun, people use it as a weapon in hopes of causing real physical pain and mental anguish. Instead of welcoming new people into the hobby, veteran players insist that new players must prove themselves before gaining any sort of basic respect. The old guard vehemently insists there is only one acceptable and legitimate way to play airsoft and lauds it as the pinnacle of the hobby. Sure, certain tests of physical and mental strength are indeed laudable, but there is so much more to the hobby than proving that you can thrive in misery. When pain and misery are the baseline for so-called fun, it encourages cheating, it encourages rage baiting, and other kinds of toxic behavior. At its core, all of this stems from insecurity. People who can dish it, but they can't take it when the same energy is returned to them, so they bend the rules of the game as much as possible until the game is completely broken. Women in the hobby are especially at risk. They are constantly trying to navigate that fine line between being too nice and being labeled a slut, or not being nice enough and labeled a bitch. Women's motivations behind wanting to play airsoft are constantly scrutinized. The overwhelming mantra is that women must only be playing airsoft because they want attention. We either get treated like toddlers who don't know anything, or we are constantly tested in a quest to prove ourselves. And it will never be good enough. When I first started playing, people told me that I wasn't serious enough. When I did the serious games, people tried to find other reasons to discount me. Either I took things too seriously or I wasn't taking it seriously enough. It was never, ever good enough. It's been years of contradictions as a woman in this industry. Being used as an object in order to sell or promote gear, being used as an example of what to be or not to be, being told I should bear it all, and also being encouraged to exhibit nun-like behavior. The airsoft industry has a giant Madonna whore complex. Or maybe it's the people that I've been around for the past decade that have shaped my worldview in this way. Or maybe it's both. Other at-risk members of the airsoft community are those who identify as LGBTQ. The hateful and absolutely untrue that is openly spread within the 2A community inevitably bleeds over into the airsoft industry. It has become trendy to treat people poorly. Airsoft is also a cost-prohibitive hobby, and I am currently struggling just to survive. The cost of equipment, which I still have none of while I'm waiting on a judgment on my divorce, the cost of traveling to a field, hydration and nutrition throughout the day, plus dealing with the constant scrutiny around my every move gives me so much anxiety that the thought of going to an airsoft field right now almost gives me a panic attack. Of course, it is not all bad. I have met some of my absolute favorite people through Airsoft. I've traveled to dozens of states and multiple countries. I've been able to connect with other hobbyists who share the same sort of social views as me, which is very rare in this industry. Isn't it wild how conservatives constantly act like they're persecuted for their views? But the majority of left-leaning airsofters are absolutely terrified to let anyone know that they agree with simple things like civil rights, access to food and health care, and a woman's rights to make her own medical decisions. I am currently trying to heal and process years of trauma, and it is so incredibly difficult to do in an industry that is responsible for over a decade of trauma. Sexual harassment, sexual assault, physical and mental abuse. I have dealt with all of it. And I have been guilted into staying quiet about it for way too long now, all for the good of the industry. It's time to concentrate on the good of myself and my well-being. In order to be separated from all these things and heal, I need to cut ties with this industry and heal before I can come back. No longer am I going to make excuses for people who bully other people and try to brand it as toughness. No longer will I make excuses for men who exploit women in order to increase their popularity or their reach. No longer will I make excuses for companies who continue to support narcissistic sociopaths who get a free pass for bad behavior simply because they have a large following. No longer will I be controlled. Right now, Airsoft is just a reminder of all of those awful things. So many awful things that I allowed to happen to me because I thought that I deserved it or that I brought it on myself. I thought that if I could just be good or the right kind of good for long enough, then people would finally respect me. But the truth is, I will never be good enough in this current state of the industry. Does every woman have this same experience of harassment? Well, let me ask you, does every woman in the whole world have the exact same experiences? Does simply sharing a hobby mean that we are all going to have the exact same experiences? Of course not. But just because you haven't outright seen or experienced it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Because for every woman that has spoken out about experiencing harassment, there are 10 more women just quietly nodding along, knowing that they can acknowledge any piece of this because it will result in her being thrown out of the cool kids club where she has worked so hard to just be one of the guys. Airsoft has been so hesitant to change or adapt to the current day. It sometimes seems like the industry is stuck 20 years in the past. Industry leaders always refer to what has worked in the past rather than looking to the future. They are scared to innovate the game in any way outside the accepted norm of military simulation. A few field owners and innovators are out there trying to create new experiences and ways to play, but they are few and far in between. Players are showing up in the highest numbers to attend these apocalyptic fantasy role-playing games, yet industry leaders still hesitate to cater to this demographic of customers, despite despite the plethora of market research that shows that catering to a wider demographic will inherently increase sales. Something has got to give in this industry. Things are changing and Airsoft is suffering as a result of these aforementioned reasons. For years, I have said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And I have made it my goal to battle against all of the negativity within Airsoft. But I am tired. I am beaten down. My confidence is the lowest that it has ever been. I need a break to heal. I can't be the positive change when my entire world is crumbling around me. I need to take time to rebuild.
No!
So I'm not quitting in the traditional sense of the word. I am just choosing to no longer revolve my life and my livelihood around the airsoft industry. I am no longer doing anything that anyone in the industry tells me that I should do. I am no longer catering to this large swath of people who constantly try to find reasons to criticize me because I don't fit into their box of what they think I should do or should look like or how I should present myself. I am taking a break from the constant peer pressure, the unrealistic expectations, and the game itself until I am healed, whole, and confident again. I have spent the last decade plus revolving my life around someone else and putting their dreams first. It's time that I choose myself. It's time to chase after a dream that is bigger than this box that I was put in. It's time to break out. Moving forward, you will still see some Airsoft sprinkled in my channel here and there, but until my divorce is finalized, until I have my equipment back, and until I am in a much better place mentally, I'm going to be taking a break from Airsoft. I'm going to be showing you a lot of what I'm discovering here since moving to the East Coast, showing you a lot of New York City life, as well as a lot of historical stuff, since that's something that I really have an interest in. So if you're here for purely Airsoft and Airsoft only, feel free to go. I'm not going to be offended. It's fine. But if you are here for just random life, encouragement, and authenticity, please stay, hang out. Let's continue to be friends. Let's continue to try to make the world a better place.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate.